The opening is over. The board is set. If you followed part 1, you spread out, pressured the board, and set yourself up for success. You have secured your lead, and now it's time for the middle game. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, go back and watch it now. You can't win the middle game without a proper setup. At this stage, at least 2 generators are gone. The killer is drawing blood, and this is where most survivors panic. They see a teammate hooked, and they start playing with their hearts instead of with their heads. Wrong move. In the middle game, your health state and your hook states are nothing more than pawns. If you aren't willing to sacrifice a piece off the board to protect the king or the exit gates, you've already lost. Let's master the attrition phase and manage the hook economy. Every survivor has 3 hook states. In a team of 4, that is a total of 12 hook states. A grandmaster knows exactly who should be taking chase, who should stick to generators, who should go for the unhook. If you have 0 or 1 hook states and your teammate has 2 hook states, you are the next target. It doesn't matter if you are scared or bad at looping, you must force the killer to pressure you to reset the pressure on the team. Bad at looping does not imply here. Wasting even 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds of the killer's time will be the difference between winning and losing. You have to keep an eye on the HUD. Look at the hook counters. If the killer is trying to remove a pawn or tunneling somebody out, the rest of the team has to adapt. It is better to spend the entire game with 4 teammates injured than with 3 healthy teammates and 1 being tunneled out. You need to spend your hook state like currency to buy queens, the generators, the time they need to be finished. If that means taking a hit or a hook for a teammate, so be it. In the opening, we stayed apart as much as we could. In the middle game, we coordinate. Do not have 2 or 3 people running towards a downed opponent or an unhook. You are forfeiting the pressure that we build in part 1. Ideally, 1 person takes chase, 1 person unhooks, 1 person sticks to generators. In another video, we will be going over how exactly to go for unhooks, who and how to take the killer away from the hook. But for now, keep this in mind. Things tend to get messy sometimes. If you're hit with deep wound, for example, you need to mend. Nobody wants to take a dying state from a deep wound. If the killer has exposed, for example, it's not about the unhook anymore. It's about staying away and distance. You also really need to know when it's important to stay injured. Is a generator at 80%, for example, that generator takes precedent over your health state. Completing that generator and taking it down because you stuck to it is very, very valuable at certain points. The transition to the endgame happens once that last generator pops, and that last generator is the most dangerous and the most important one on the map. There is really almost no reason ever to leave the last generator 99. If a teammate is down, being carried to the hook, or still in chase, always better to finish that generator to move into the end game. Ideally, you already know where the exit gates are before that generator pops, but do pay attention to when it does pop. If you don't yet know where the gates are, this is where they will show for you. In the end game, this will become massively important. Once that gen pops, we go into my favorite part of the game, the end game. The middle game isn't about surviving with 0 hooks. It's about managing a slow motion car crash. Trade your health and you buy the time needed to power the king. Now you've played the opening, you've survived the attrition in the middle game. Now it's time for the checkmate. In the final video, we will cover the endgame. How and when to open the gates, how and when not to open the gates, and how to make sure to get everyone out, even if the killer has no ed or blood warden. Like, subscribe, and don't fear hooks anymore. They are just pieces on the board. See you in the fog.